The Shapers are the oldest, most respected, most secretive, most powerful of the magical sects. The Shapers have the power to magically create life. The Shapers can make new life forms, but from nothing but raw materials and pure magic. They can mold this life to serve their purpose. It might be lighthouse work or major warfare. Outsiders are regarded by the Shapers with awe and terror. The Shapers use their power to help those loyal to them and destroy those who break their laws. Shapers' power is absolute. That is why you are so honored to be in your current position. You are a Shaper apprentice. You are a Shaper apprentice. You are actually enrolled in one of their schools, being taught how to create other beings, which will serve you absolutely. Shaper training is very long and difficult, especially for an apprentice like you. You have been told that you show exceptional skill and promise for one of your young age. But this but that has not reduced the abuse in any way. Abuse? You are enrolled at the Greenwood Academy, possibly the most remote of the Shaper schools. It is on Gridwin Isle, one of the smallest of the Ashen Isles. The Ashen Isles are a distant province of Therese, which is the wilder and less settled of the two continents ruled by the Shapers. And your room is deep in the basement altogether. You could not be farther from the centers of culture and power. So I'm a low-ranking Shaper student. So you study night after night in the damp underground room, trying to memorize and master recipes, spells, and techniques that make up your craft. It is years of painstaking and dangerous work, but you do not lose hope. Then, early one morning, as you try and rouse yourself from your bed, still sore from a beating the night before for forgetting a step of a recipe, something happens. There is a massive explosion, the walls and floors shake. You are thrown out of bed, dust and bits of rock shower from the ceiling. In the distance, you hear sections of the ceiling cave in. Then it is silent. Whatever is happening above, the noises are blocked by the tons of rock around you. You sit stunned, wondering if the school was attacked, but that's impossible. Nobody would dare attack a colony of the Shapers. Though there are Shapers, agents, and guardians, most of the time they are all collectively referred to as Shapers. You hurriedly put on your clothes, and the passage patches down there might be unstable. It would be wise to find a way out to the surface and see what's happening. Alright, welcome to Genforege, one of my childhood favorite games. And, I think I played this when I was like 6 or 7. I don't know. It was one of the first games that I actually got into. One of the first games I actually bought with my own money. So, there's a door to the east. The next room. Getting items just describes how to pick stuff up. It's a dagger. I won't really use it. This would be helpful. Check the value on these. It's good to keep a lot of this stuff because there's no way to get money other than selling stuff. I don't think that will give me anything. I think the value is like a multiplic of like 3 maybe. Sandals. I don't think they'd be sellable for anything, but I could at least get some armor out of it. I think that's all. You step into the hallway and look around. To the west, you can see that one of the corridors has collapsed. Unfortunately, the corridor leading to the stairway out of here. Oh, You might be in a bad situation. The sign of combat in the distance are starting to fade. Hopefully, the defenders of the school have defeated whoever is foolish enough to attack you. Then you will only have to worry about finding a way out of here alive. Yeah, that's blocked off. There's a storeroom through the door to the north. Maybe with luck you can find a safe route out of this basement through there, or at least find some supplies you can use to defend yourself. In the storeroom you can find some more armor, some potions that'll heal you when you get damaged. Being a shaper, I won't really fight directly. It's not really in my wheelhouse. More than likely just get a creature to do it for me. Ah, oh, fuck. Didn't mean to do that. More armor. Yes, please. Might use that to heal. I don't think I'll get in that situation, though. I really have no honor. 6%, 2%. It's gonna be hard for me to wear a lot of armor too, since I don't think I don't really plan on getting my strength up that much. I don't know if it's carrying stuff. It is. Alright. I think this is locked, but I'll try it. Oh, it isn't. Is there anything out here? Nope. Just lots of false hope. I think I've already checked these. This just talks about... Oh no, it's setting the scene. This is another one of the apprentice barracks. Fortunately, it's empty. The next group of Shaper initiates haven't arrived yet. You can remember many long nights in these small uncomfortable beds when you were elevated to novice and given your own room. One of your fellow students, Sina, was living in the private room to the east of your dormitory. The door is closed, and knowing Sina, she's probably locked it tight. Fortunately, there is a living tool on the nearby table. Living tools are small, tentacle creatures which are made by Shapers. Their tiny tentacles can be directed by a skill of a Shaper to infiltrate locks and pick them. You should see if Sina is in her bedroom. Get the living tool first. If your mechanics skill is high enough, you'll need it to unlock her door. I hope the sounds of the game aren't that loud. They're pretty loud for me. I turned it way the hell down. Sina isn't in here where she was. Part of her ceiling caved in. A large chunk of masonry hit her on the head. She's dead. You were never close to Sina, but you respected her. She liked you. Had endured many years of trials and tests to be allowed to learn the secrets of the Shapers. Whoever attacked the school must be destroyed. An outrage like this against the Shapers cannot go unanswered. Another dagger, some robes. I think my mechanics was high enough to unlock it, because I don't think I used the other living tool I had. In some of the games, no, it's not. I think in the first one you could use saving the game. In the first one you could use living tools to weaken locks. Ah, shit, I should have read that. Thought it was more tutorial. I think it just said something along the lines of there's creatures beyond this room. I'll need something to fight them. two alcoves back here. One contains an essence pool and the other contains a healing pool. If you stand by the essence, it will restore your essence. You can energy will use to cast spells and make creations. If you stand by the healing pool, it will also heal you. You can always heal your damage and regen your essence when returning to a friendly town. I have no idea what gives me money and what doesn't. I'm positive Shaper equipment will give me money though. Pretty sure those don't give money. If they do, they don't give a lot. Oh, that's right. We end up fighting things here. Yeah, I know. Go away. This thing should be relatively powerful. Shaper skill 4+1. Shit. 120. Good lord. I want to make as few of these things as I possibly can because I read that the skill is divided between the group members. So the more group members you have, the more the spread of XP. I think I can attack. Good God, man. I'm gonna turn this down. It might be too quiet for you now, but it's just some background noise to get some atmosphere. Is there any more hostiles? None in my direct line of sight. See another one. Yeah, that's bearable. Where is he? He's over here. Let's put you in front of me. Fire. I keep forgetting to set up my firebolt so I don't run at things and try and stab them. There we go. Shaper's probably going to be more of a support vessel later down the road. The best thing I'll have offensively deploying is mental magic. Wow, 21. That's a lot of damage. Usually I have something like in the 7, 8. Being a Shaper also allows you to get encumbered. So you can be as greedy as you want. Whereas if you were a Guardian, you'd have to... Oh, by the way, I haven't explained the sects. There's, sectors. There's 3 of them. There's Guardians, as described in the intro. There's Guardians, there's Agents, and then there's Shapers. Shapers specialize in the creation of life. So they rely on other creations to fight for them, to scout for them, to do everything for them. Guardians serve the Shapers themselves, which is the sect that I'm in. We leveled up. Purity's leveled up. Bump that up. Bump this up so because I have a locked door in front of me. I think I went in there. Where was I? There's Shaper Sect was sorry. I'm burpy. Shaper Sect. Ooh, no wonder this door in this room is locked. This Shaper contains a spell book. Shapers don't write a lot of spell books. They're very narrow about outsiders fighting their secrets. Using your mental training, you read the book, Very quickly absorbing the instructions within, you learn a new spell, War Blessing. Casting it blesses all of your nearby allies. The lucky recipients will hit more often and do more damage in a short amount of time. Awesome. So I can boost my forces a bit. I can help a little bit. Agents would be better at that than I would, so they're more experienced with magics. Agents for the storyline would be more like spies and assassins, guardians, or like foot soldiers for the Shaper sect. And Shapers are just like the head honchos. Big honchos. You find yourself to much of your relief that you're not the only survivor of the attack. One of your fellow novices, Therese, runs up to you. She looks terrified, but she's uninjured. Thank goodness, she says. Someone else, maybe. Together we can fight our way out. I can't do it alone. And this just describes how the dynamic of the game works. Different factions of the game will remember what I say. What's going on? Who attacked us? I have no idea. I was working on the shaping caves when the attack happened. I've been waiting and hiding since then, trying to stay away from the worms. We need to get upstairs as soon as we can, find out what happened. How can we get up here? Well, on the good side, there's a clear path to the exit. To the west, very bad side, it's full of rogues, too many to handle. She seems scared, perhaps overly so. How do you think we should get out of here? Our best hope is to go against the worms and work together. I'll follow you out and I'll chop them into goo. Okay. What do you got for me? Shield. Now that I'm encumbered, I'm going to be less effective in combat. I probably won't be able to run away or help my creations, so I should probably heal myself. I could probably raise another Fura. Yes, I can, just barely. Oh, in this rough chamber is a serf barracks. Their sleeping pads are scattered about, but the simple creatures are nowhere to be seen. They must have fled at the first sign of trouble. Serfs are one of the most important of the Shaper creations. They are simple humanoids, obedient and unintelligent. They are used by Shapers for farming, cleaning, and other grunt work. Every once in a while, you'll have heard rumors of different sorts of serfs. Rogue serfs, who are smart, disobedient, and even rebellious. You've always dismissed those rumors as nonsense. All of the Shapers' creations made them unhappy. Happily serve the Shapers. How could it be otherwise? Oh, all Shaper creations are made happily. My character's very ignorant. I live in a freaking cave. I dismiss anything I hear. Why are they? Oh, okay. There should be more back here. Yep. You can't get around. You don't have a fire angle. I'll wait here. These guys are really good at clearing this area out. Clear, and she's fighting something. Someone left some javelins on a sleeping bed here. Flung javelins can be a useful weapon, and can be a useful and effective weapon. Javelins are equipped like any other weapon on the inventory screen when you attack a foe. Money is probably the most important thing I can get in this game. For something like a Guardian, it'd probably be less of a concern. I don't really. So I'll just continue with this. Is she dead? Did they kill her? I think they killed her. Holy shit, they killed her. I'm probably gonna have to drop some crap here and there. Whoopsie poopsie. Sorry, Therese. I'll remember you. Let's check out down here. Later on I'll get more equipment that'll improve my abilities vastly. I'm pretty sure she's dead. She isn't dead, she abandoned me. Yeah, there you go, bud. I'm surprised that I missed. Yeah, so way down I can't really do anything. Is there any more in here? Let's see, look clear.